Welcome back, 9:13. So some parents are saying no more mashed peas and pureed carrots. I'm not one of those people yet. I'm still so scared about this. Skipping the baby aisle food and heading straight to the butcher counter. It's called carnivore baby diet, and it's the latest viral trend for parents. To help us learn more about this hot topic is Dr. Mark Fishbein. He's a pediatric gastroenterologist and medical director of the Pediatric Feeding and Swallowing Disorder Clinic at Central DuPage Hospital. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. So we'll dive deep into what you do day to day, but just to touch on this trend that's happening, this carnivore diet for babies, where is this coming from?
I think there's a great interest in children who are going to eat more organically or foods that are prepared perhaps at home. And so adults are looking at these diets for themselves. So I think they're extending it to their infants, thinking that this would be a good idea for them as well.
I've heard about the carnivore diet leading to less inflammation and things. So I could see how that trend, you might want to give it to your baby too. But speaking to those parents like me who are so scared of our child choking, what do you say to us about baby-led weaning and giving them bigger pieces of food to kind of try to eat?
Yeah, I share the same concerns that you do. There are many infants that have been utilizing the baby-led weaning, or parents who are putting their child on that. And what that means is that the parents are sort of letting the babies dictate what they're going to have and what their experience is going to be with eating. And that can be perilous for babies who don't have the ability yet to eat or chew foods properly. So that would put them at risk.
Yeah. So would you recommend just waiting or getting doctor's permission first before giving the baby a big piece of carrot to chew on or celery?
Well, I think that once again, a lot of parents do this, and if a baby is otherwise healthy and developing well, and the parents are paying attention to the cues,
yeah,
then it's probably less of a concern. But what we see in our clinics and what people may realize is that not all children are developmentally ready for that.
Yes.
And then if they run into trouble, they may not be able to know how to back off or what proper precautions need to be taken moving forward.
So maybe one step at a time. So skipping the purees may not be the best choice, going from milk to straight to hard, solid food. Maybe do the purees and see how they do first. Yeah,
so the idea of milk as being a core is really important to mention here, because what we're talking about is complementary feeding. That babies should, during this entire time, if they're going to try baby-led weaning or eventually carnivore diet, that they continue to get their milk, breast milk or infant formula, because that has such important nutrients for the baby. The other idea with baby-led weaning is that we do like the idea that babies can eat independently, that they can explore the foods, they can get the idea of what being messy is. So those type of things are all positives.
Yeah.
The downside is that overly aggressively presenting these things and maybe not giving the opportunity to be exposed to utensils might be a little bit difficult for them moving forward.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Even like just a bowl with the puree and a spoon might be fun for the baby to explore. I've got a question. So I have a 1-year-old. My 2 other children never had allergies. What is your recommendation, speaking of giving babies food, about those allergy-prone items? For example, my baby is allergic to peanuts. Didn't know that until I was giving him peanut butter and he started getting hives. Is it okay to expose them to things like eggs, milk, peanuts early on, or is that something we should wait for, or what's the right way?
I think that there's active research in this area and more current recommendations regarding early exposure for children who have allergies and perhaps some benefit to early exposure. And as a gastroenterologist, I'm not specifically trained as much as an allergist to comment on those things.
Sure.
But I think that if a child has this history, family history, they should probably contact their primary care physician or allergist. for
Okay,
that.
so in your office, you said you help children who have issues eating or trouble eating. If you could speak to those parents at home that may think, oh, I wonder if I could benefit from your expertise, what would you tell them? What should they be looking out for?
I think that what we're trying to assess in a child is just what their ability is, not what you would want it to be. So one of the difficulties we have is that parents often look at their child's chronologic age. In other words, how old are they since they were born versus developmentally where they may be at, which can be very different. Even children who are developing normally might have delays in their chewing and swallowing skills that can impair them. So literally, you don't want them to bite off more than they can chew. I think that we would accept a little bit of gagging as part of exploration, but when you see children really having difficulties, the meal times are becoming very prolonged. Those are the type of things that are real red flags for us.
Okay.
And I think that's the time that parents should be wary of and perhaps
Reach out
at that time.
Where should people go to find you?
Well, we have a feeding clinic at Central DePage Hospital.
Okay.
It's well staffed with very, very well trained individuals, including speech therapists, occupational therapists, dietitian, and myself. So we love to have help whenever we can.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming in. That was very informative. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, Brian, back to you.